Hello guys, welcome back to Math with Diego. Today we're using AI to learn how to find perimeter of a square and a rectangle. So Chat, first of all, what is perimeter?
Perimeter is the total distance around the edge of a shape. Imagine it's like walking around a playground. It's how far you'd walk to make it all the way around.
Okay, so perimeter is the distance around a shape. So with that being said, I have a square. So I've heard my teacher say that a square has equal sides. Is that true?
Yes, that's correct. A square has 4 equal sides. So to find its perimeter, you just add up the lengths of those sides.
Got it. So let's just say the length of one side is 4 inches. Does that mean that every other side is also 4 inches?
Exactly. In a square, all sides are equal, so each side is 4 inches.
Got it. So in this square, all the sides are equal. Now, you told me that perimeter is the distance around a shape. So if I were to shrink into a tiny ant and walk around this square, the distance that I walk would be the perimeter?
Exactly. The total distance you'd walk around the square is the perimeter.
So I know that in school, they give me a chart. And in that chart, there's a formula that says P equals side plus side plus side plus side. How can I use this formula to find the perimeter of this square?
You can use that formula by plugging in the length of each side. Since each side is 4 inches, you'd add 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. That gives you the perimeter.
Wow. So you said a key word that I know is very important, which is plug in. So you're telling me that all I have to do is plug in my sides. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. If I were to add all of those sides up, I would get 4, 8, 12, 16 inches. Wow. So does that mean that if I were to shrink into a tiny little ant and walk around this square, I would walk around 16 inches?
Exactly. You'd be walking a total of 16 inches around the square. Great job figuring that out.
Wow, that's amazing. So I've also seen some people multiply to find perimeter. How does that work? I know that I can add all the sides, but is there a faster way? My teacher has said something like multiplication is repeated addition. So how can I use that information to find perimeter faster?
Great question. Instead of adding 4 times, you can multiply. Since there are 4 sides, you multiply the length of one side by 4. So 4 times 4 gives you the perimeter of 16 inches. Much faster.
So I can multiply 4, or the length of the side, times 4 because there's 4 sides in a square, and because all the sides are equal, that'll give me the answer, correct?
Exactly. Multiplying the length of one side by 4 is a quick way to find the perimeter of a square. You've got it.
So the square seems pretty easy, but let's move on to finding the perimeter of a rectangle.
Sure thing. With rectangles, you have 2 pairs of equal sides, length and width. To find the perimeter, you add the lengths of all the sides together. Length plus width plus length plus width. Or you can use the formula 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Let's give it a try.
So my teacher has said something specific about rectangles. My teacher says that adjacent or opposite sides are equal. My teacher has told me that if the length is 2 inches, well then the opposite length, or the adjacent side, is also 2 inches. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. In a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. So if one length is 2 inches, the other length is also 2 inches. Same goes for the width.
Okay, so if the width is 3 inches, well then the opposite or adjacent side is also 3 inches?
Exactly. So both widths would be 3 inches. Now you can find the perimeter by adding up all the sides or using the formula we talked about.
You're right. So I remember you telling me that perimeter is the distance around a shape. So let me shrink back into a little ant and walk around this rectangle so that I could find the perimeter. So I'm going to start, I'm going to run as fast as I can. I'm going to run 2 inches plus 3 inches. So far I have 5 inches plus 2 inches, that's 7 inches, plus 3 inches, that's 10 inches. So are you saying that the perimeter of this rectangle is 10 inches?
Yes, exactly. By adding up all the sides, 2 inches for each length and 3 inches for each width, you found that the perimeter is 10 inches. Great job.
Wow, so perimeter is so easy. Perimeter, I'm finding out now that it's one of the easiest things to do. Why? Because all I have to do is add all the sides together. Is that really how easy perimeter is?
Yes, perimeter really is that straightforward. Just adding up all the sides gives you the perimeter. It's a simple but important concept.
Awesome, thank you. And for you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to keep learning, check out these videos. But before you go, always remember that you are smart, you are loved, and you can do it. Until next time.